Hello Aqua Clan, welcome to my channel. This is Nicole and we are going to do this desert cacti that is sunlit from the back. It's so pretty. We're using colors in the same color family, so we're sticking to some yellows and orangey yellows, browns. So whatever warm colors you have will work, and we are going to do the background wet on wet. We're going to wet our paper really well. I'm using some raw sienna to get some small clouds in the sky and the distant mountains. Now the foreground is quite dark, so we'll be building up our colors. In watercolor, you always want to work light to dark. So to add in a little bit more of a vibrant yellow, I do have some quinacridone gold. I'm just following the reference photo and I'm putting in those land masses that I see. As you can see, I am leaving that bright area in the middle where there is a sun glare. Now I'm coming in with some burnt sienna, which is more on the orangey side. Mixing my burnt sienna with some burnt umber, which is a very nice rich brown color, and I'm building up those darks that I see in the foreground. Now the darkest of my browns that I'm going to be using sparingly will be the sepia. Sepia on its own is a very neutral brown. It's desaturated quite a bit, so I kind of like to mix it with my burnt umber like I'm doing. Now to get some lighter areas in this foreground, I'm using a pinch of salt. It seems like I'm putting down a lot, but I literally only have a couple of grains. So we're going to let our whole paper dry. And as you can see, the salt did work, but it's not in your face salt effects. It's very subtle. And it just provided me a little opening of some light that I need to distinguish the very foreground from that midground. So now comes the fun part, and we are going to put in our cacti. I'm using a combination of my quinacridone gold, my raw sienna, and my burnt umber. So on the side that the cacti is close to the light, I'm adding some drops of that more saturated gold in. Towards the bottom of the cacti it gets darker, so then I'm putting in the browns. Now, to get that illusion that the light is so bright that it's obliterating part of the cacti, we're just going to paint part of it and lift the area where it's super bright. So it makes it look like the light is extremely intense. So you get that effect. And I'm varying the thickness of the cacti. Some are thicker, some are thinner, some are darker. This will add a lot of interest to the composition. So just have fun with this. Work around your composition, putting in all of these cacti plants. Once you're happy with the amount of cacti that you have, I'm just going in with a detail brush. This is a script liner, and I'm adding in some of the brush in this midground that extends into the sky with these gnarly branches, just to add a little bit more interest to the composition. So it's very soft. Obviously, I want the cacti to be the main attraction, so I'm just trying to keep a really light hand here. See my paintbrush, how messed up it is? I did that on purpose because it makes a fantastic texture brush to add in the different little petals or dried leaves that are on those plants. Now I'm increasing the darkness in the foreground. I'm trying to get that as dark as it needs to be. We need a little bit more of a contrast in this composition. So I'm kind of laying it down. I'm smudging it actually with a piece of plastic wrap. So with my messed up brush, I'm adding in some more textures. And now that I have all this nice darkness, I'm coming in with my palette knife and scraping out a few areas. It just adds some interest, some light against the dark. Once you're happy with the amount of detail that you have in the foreground, you can go ahead and sign your painting. And you're done. You just created a masterpiece. Congratulations. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me, and I will see you next month.